Yo, what's going on? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to find your Ark PS4 Nitrado server using expert mode. So stay tuned.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long.
If you want to get your Ark PS4 server set up in minutes instead of messing around in the Nitrado expert settings for hours, then go to arkps4servers.com/settings. Here you'll find downloadable settings codes that you can easily copy and paste to the expert mode settings of your Nitrado server and get your server set up ASAP. And if you want to get more players on your server and grow your community, then you can add your server to the site by going to arkps4servers.com and grow your community today. Yo, what's going on? I'm Jay Cartere from arkps4servers.com, teaching you how to be better. And I did a video a while back. It's probably one of the first videos I did on Ark PS4 server tutorials and that sort of stuff. And it was how to find your server in the server menu, because a lot of people had the same problem of they couldn't find their server name and that sort of stuff. And I showed you guys how to do it in the normal settings, which are over here, but we've got expert mode enabled, so you can't see all of that right about now. So if you want to know how to do this in the normal settings, I will have that video linked in the card or linked in the description down below, and you can go check that out. This will be showing people how to do it in expert settings, because since then done loads of videos about how to customize your server using expert settings, and some people have commented on that video saying, you know, it looks different or that they don't know how to do it in expert settings. So that's what this video is for. It's basically the same concept though. So let's go to expert settings right about now. And what you want to do is you just want to set your name, and you want to make sure that it's either you got a password or you don't have a password. Whichever one you pick will make it different for you to find your server. Here is the session name. If you just scroll down from the top to around line 53, I love that Nitrado have updated this so you actually have lines, so I can better communicate where these things are. Around line 53, your options may be different than mine, so you may not have things on the same exact line, but it's around here, around line 50. You should see session name. It's right at the beginning where it says session settings, and this is the name of your server. This is what you'll type in to find your server on the actual Ark server search on the PS4. So as you can see, my server name is Cartere Test Server, and that's what we've got there. And then you'll need to set your admin password. I've just deleted my admin password so no one knows where it is, although this is my test server, so it doesn't really matter. But I thought, you know, let's be safe, because some people might just want to get in there or something, I don't know. So you want to set your admin password, which I've got a video on how to do that, so go check that out, how to set yourself as admin on your server. Your server password is the next important part, because this will determine how you will search for your server. If you set a server password, then you will need to search for passworded servers. If you don't set a server password, then you'll need to search for servers that don't have a password. And I've done a video on how to search for both password and non-password protected servers, so I'll leave that in the link as well, instead of wasting your time going through it right about now if you already know how to do that. So yeah, that's what you need to do. You either set your password or you don't set a password, and then that will determine how you actually search for the server. Definitely check out that video where it shows you how to search for password protected servers and servers that don't have a password. I think it's like how to find an unofficial server or how to find an unofficial PS4 server. Link will be in the description though, so you'll be able to just click on that. So yeah, once you got that, you want to save your changes, and then, you know, wait 10 minutes, restart your server, and you'll be able to find it in the server settings. Like it will work, because I've found this server many times. Like I always restart this server, add different stuff, and come back to it, and it always pops up. If this doesn't work for you, then I have found that there is another thing that may be stopping you from being able to find your server. So here's another fix in addition to this. If you go to general settings, if you have ticked, what's it called again, I've not primal, is it, what is it, primitive. If you ticked primitive plus, but you have server settings, for example, you've downloaded the game ini file from my site and you're using those server settings, or you've watched any of my videos and you've edited your server settings in any way, then having Primitive Plus enabled might stop you from being able to actually find your server. So I would highly suggest turning off Primitive Plus. Personally, I do not know how to deal with Primitive Plus. I have not done any coding around Primitive Plus, and I don't use Primitive Plus myself, so I cannot give you any in-depth information about that. If you want a Primitive Plus server, then I don't know where you could go to get this sort of information and learn how to code your servers, because there's probably something in there that needs to stay in there that I haven't looked into, and I haven't learned how to use, and I probably won't, because I don't care about Primitive. If you have a Primitive server, sorry, but we ain't doing that around here, innit? We're focusing on just PvP and PvE servers, because that's what I'm going to be using. We're not going to be doing any primitive stuff around here. But if you use one of my server, server settings files that you can just quickly copy and paste into your server, then that may have gotten rid of whatever primitive code you need there for Primitive to work. So I would suggest, if you've got Primitive Plus enabled, look in your expert settings, see what code is there that is relevant to Primitive Plus, and make sure you've copied that before you add any other settings to your server and that sort of stuff. But there may be conflicts when you add different settings to your server that I don't know about, and I just personally can't help you with. But I do know that turning Primitive Plus off will allow your server to pop up if that is one of the problems that is making your server not be populated in the list. So I hope this video helped you out. I hope I gave you some extra troubleshooting methods to help you find your server, because I know it's very frustrating when you set up a server and you can't find it, and I hope I've given you the information to do that. I've also got my other video, how to rent a Nitrado server. If you haven't already done so, please check that out, as that will walk you through the process and help you get your server set up the correct way, so that you're able to actually find your server and you've got everything set up. So definitely go check that out if you haven't gone through that process yet, or if you've just set it up and you want a little bit of a refresher to make sure that you've done everything right. That will help you out. And if you want to download a game ini file that will have all the settings correctly done for you, link will be in the pinned comment and in the description. You can grab a game ini file from the Ark PS4 servers.com website. So yeah, that's all we got for you today. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have been helped out by this, and if you got any questions or any other videos you'd like me to make, any other tutorials, please leave those in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching and liking and subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next Ark Survival Evolved PS4 tutorial. Peace out. If you want to host your own Ark server, then I recommend renting one from Nitrado. They're also the official server provider for Wildcard. Go to jaycartere.com/Nitrado to rent your own Ark server and help out the channel in the process.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long. So all this warmth I share with you.